Doesn't this thing look like the perfect Technic keyboard? Alright, so first off with the KeyCool SP84 here in your box, you're going to get a wire keycap puller, pretty nice so you're not going to scratch your keycaps. You get your detachable USB-C cable. This is a rubber cable, pretty long and very nice and durable by the way. And then for some reason you're going to give us a cleaning cloth. That's a first. So now as far as the KeyCool SP84 right here, it comes with Cherry MX switches. You can get from your blacks, your blues, your browns, your reds. We have the reds right here. In every variation, it is $99. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the layout. It's really cool because you pretty much have all your shortcuts and functions of a regular size or full size keyboard minus your number pad. Now there is a downside about that. As you can see right here, some of the lower keys are very small, or your shortcuts over here, your shift key. So it's gonna be very, very hard to find replacement keycaps for a board like this. You know, because again, that bottom row right there is real cramped up, and then your shortcuts over here. I have a few boards, 80% boards and whatnot, that I've tried getting replacement keycaps for, and I just can't find them anywhere. But the cool thing about this keyboard is the keycaps that come installed on it are already pretty stinking good. They are PBT side printed keycaps, and let me tell you what, these things are stinking solid. You cannot flex them one bit. Really nice coating going all the way around and on top of the keycap here. And again, that legend's never gonna fade on you. And this is my first time using side printed keycaps, by the way. And I was kind of worried. I'm like, all right, well, I don't have to be like down here kind of looking down and making sure I'm pressing the right key, you know? But honestly, whenever I was typing and everything, it's right there. You look down, it's kind of at that little slight angle, and you can see exactly what you're pressing. So don't worry about that with them not being on top. You see these side print perfectly fine. But yes, as you've probably seen already, with them being side printed or that PBT, that full PBT keycap here, there are no LEDs or no RGB on this keyboard. Which again, I think is perfectly fine because the keycaps really just bring this board to life right here. Again, with that white or the black and red right there, just really kind of make the keyboard shine itself. I don't think it's necessary to have any lights right here. Now talking about the keycaps being so good with that nice texture on it, or again, just the vibrancy of the variety of colors here, there are two things I do not like about them. Number one is the color, as crazy as that sounds, right? Because again, I think it looks incredibly awesome, but even me looking at it online on the pictures on Amazon and whatnot, it really looked like it was just a very vibrant red, black, and white. But it's not. It's almost like this vintage rustic look. Again, the red and black kind of have this fade look to it, and the white here is more or less an ivory. But again, that's all personal preference there. If you're into that vintage rustic look, this is gonna do it for you. Number two, going back to that textured coating on the keycaps, as great as it feels on the fingers whenever you're playing it, it feels fantastic, believe you me. But the downside of it is they scratch very easily. If you just bring your nail or I don't know, drop something on it, they scratch and you cannot get that scratch out of it. Again, who's gonna be bringing their nails across your keyboard and stuff, you know what I mean? Very doubtful that would ever happen, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention. You know what I wanna show you here? Just kind of comparing it a little bit. Here we go, I got an And Pro 2. And again, we have the KeyCool 84, SP84 down here. And let me line them up just to show you key to key. There we go, so we're lined up there. So as you can see, there's not much difference compared to a 60% board. You have one extra row on the bottom right here, and then one extra row on the side. How crazy is that? I know we all love 60% keyboards, again, mainly because of the compact size. So when you honestly look at it at like the size comparison there, it's like, why even consider a 60% anymore? Let's be honest. It's the cool thing right now. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the build of the keyboard here. Again, PBT keycaps, not gonna go further into those, I promise. Underneath your keycaps, you have a metal plate, and then you have a plastic housing around the keyboard. It's not one piece, you have that plastic housing there, and then as you can see, the bottom piece is connected down there. Now, talking about that frame going around, it's very nice and thick, and you do have some quality weight within this keyboard. But the outside frame on the front right there, as you can see, we do have some flex. I gotta press a decent amount, but we do have some flex on that frame on the front. But now more importantly, whenever I press down on the keyboard here, I get no flex whatsoever, and I'm pressing pretty stinking hard right now. Whenever you're gaming or typing, I doubt anyone's gonna be pressing as hard as I am on this board. Now as far as the bottom of the board here, you have four very nice rubber feet on the bottom. This thing does not slip and slide on you at all. You also have two pop-out feet with some nice rubber coating on the top of both of those as well. And then your USB-C cable connects right in the middle, and you also have a wire wire router if you want to come out left, right, or in the middle. All right, so let's take a closer look at that USB-C cable insert right there. As you can see, we have those two notches sticking up right there. Look like little screw notches or something. At least that's what I took it as, right? I kind of thought it was supposed to be like a cover that would screw on right there and kind of cover up and hold in place that USB-C cable. Now, the USB-C cable stays in there perfectly fine. Again, your wire goes in there and attaches whichever direction you want with that router right there, and it really stays in place perfectly fine. But I just thought it was supposed to be something that was supposed to go right there and keep it flush. But in my box, I had no cover or anything. So I'm kind of concerned or curious, what the heck are those notches for? All right, so next up what I want to cover here is the switches, the stabilizers, and the sound test. Now, as far as the stabilizers on this board, as you can see, we have the Mach switches right there, but take a close look here and just look at how much those stabilizers move. This is without the spacebar or anything. This is, again, just right there. I mean, these things are wobbly. Now, with the spacebar on, it doesn't look as drastic as it does with the spacebar off right there. We're looking at the stabilizer bare. They do move around a little bit. Whenever you're gaming or typing or anything, you don't feel them move one bit. But again, if you sit here and actually shake them up, you do see them move. But again, during use, you don't really notice it. Now, popping that spacebar off one more time, I want to show you something that's really cool right here. If you look closely here, you can see that little rubber gasket going from switch to stabilizer there. It's the first time I've seen that on a board, and I honestly thought it was like a sound dampener, just to kind of lock in the sound and just make it really crisp and solid. Let's get that sound test. All right, so as far as that sound test right there, it feels very, very nice when you're typing on it, by the way, again, talking about those switches, but we do get that tinny tingy sound right there. Again, it just kind of radiates throughout the entire keyboard. It's not high-pitched or loud by any means, but you do hear it. And that's also, whenever I take the keyboard up, I was just kind of thinking, I'm like, well, this thing is incredibly solid, and again, we have that frame going up around the keys, so where is this sound coming from? Even when I bang or just tap on the bottom, one finger here, you hear it radiate through there as well. So all in all, I think you have a really cool keyboard, or a cool keyboard, but with some questionable design decisions, in my personal opinion. But hey, let me know down in the comments what you think about the KeyCool SP84 right here. Again, is it just me being nitpicky? I'd really like to hear what you think about this board. But hey, thank you so much for stopping by and watching my review on the KeyCool SP84. If you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for some future tech videos. Hey, I hope I catch you in the next one. Bye now.